Millions flock to Bondi's shores every year. Lifeguards watch over as many as 40,000 people at one time.
It's one of the toughest beaches in the world to manage. Works out to probably around 6,000 people per lifeguard and can be very, very stressful at times.
Make your way back to shore, right away.
Managing big crowds and high risk involves careful planning.
One guide's up in the tower, one on each rhino. Some of the other guys will be spread on the beach as well. Plus there'll be one on the jet ski, which will be getting called to different rescues. All the time we're moving around, you're never leaving an area which we think that could be dangerous and someone's life could be at risk.
Becoming a boy in blue is no easy task. For the past 3 years, lifeguards have been blooding young hopefuls into the service through a new trainee program. The first trainee was a boy from the suburbs, Blake.
They make everything look so easy and it's not even close to being easy at all.
Last season's trainee was Maxie.
Not many people could say they get their dream jobs at 16. I'm really stoked.
The newcomer this season is 19-year-old local surfer Dunstan. Having come through the ranks of the local surf club, protecting lives is already in his blood.
Well, I started surfing when I was about 6, and then joined Nippers when I was about 7. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a lifeguard since I was like a little grommet, really.
Trainees serve a 1-year apprenticeship and also study at TAFE. But even then, they won't earn their stripes until head lifeguard Hoppo decides they're up to it. Before then, Dunstan has lots to learn and even more to prove.
My goal is probably to stay here for a couple of years until I'm, 40, 50. I'm pretty good, get old like H or Box or Hoppo.
Backpackers rip.
So many heads in there you can't see.
A woman signals for help as another swimmer keeps her afloat. Rookie Dunstan gets an early opportunity to show what he's made of. Rips are a danger to most beachgoers, but Dunstan uses it to fast-track his passage out.
Pretty good, Dunstan, isn't it? He's very natural.
As he retrieves the woman, it's a textbook Bondi rescue from the young recruit.
When you see someone struggling, kind of just go into the zone, you just get out there as fast as you can. You don't even realise you're out there before you even know it. Going out knowing someone is going under and you've got to get to them within seconds. You get your heart in your mouth sometimes.
Working on Bondi might seem like every teenager's dream job. But Dunstan has chosen a career where mistakes can cost lives.
As soon as you come in, you've got to check the oxys and the medikits and all the jet skis are fueled and all the bikes and things, so everything's ready for the day. Defib is probably the most important thing we've got. Make sure the battery's on. Yeah, it's flashing.
If you get lazy, don't check something, and we have to use that piece of equipment during the day and it doesn't work, well, you're in trouble. You probably lose your job, and so you should.
We get everything down here from drug busts and fights on the beach to major wounds, rescues, resuscitations in the water. And the two trainees that we've got, Maxie and Dunstan, they've seen a little bit of it, but I'm sure they'll get a bit of a shock when it really turns on.
Starting to get the hang of it. All the boys are showing me the ways. I reckon I can handle a busy day now. I'm confident.
That day has now arrived. As the temperature tops 35 degrees, it seems everyone and everything has taken flight to Bondi. Dunstan's baptism of fire is about to begin.
ATV to Bondi Central.
Patrolling on the ATV, Dunstan has collected a patient at the north end.
Got a guy dislocated his arm. I'm just going to bring him up to the tower.
He's got him on the bike, so let's just see how it goes.
It's got a bit of a dislocated shoulder.
23-year-old Eli dislocated his shoulder body surfing.
I was running the wave.
Yeah.
And as I was going up, I think I put my arm back in.
Yeah.
Excruciatingly painful, dislocations require heavy-duty pain relief.
It's a whistle and it takes the pain out, okay? You want it?
It was like a needle, what is it?
No, mate, it's a big, huge needle. No, mate, that's about it. Tastes a bit like juicy fruit chewing gum. Right?
The green whistle contains a powerful analgesic gas, a painkiller trainees aren't allowed to administer.
That's it.
Midway through the treatment, there's a knock at the door. It isn't good news.
Yeah, he's got a guy with a done his neck.
A large crowd swarms around the suspected spinal injury.
Right next to Neil McDonald's, the back of the beach. Is he alive?
On a day trip to Bondi from Sydney's inner west, 13-year-old James dived head first into a sandbank.
Did you hear any noise?
Just everyone stand right back.
He was diving and he dived in wrong because it was too shallow, and he came out and he was complaining to the girls that he was hurting, and then he fell onto the ground.
He didn't feel well and couldn't move his neck.
As they wait for paramedics, a friend gives James's anxious father the news.
They're just taking procedures. They're calling the ambulance now.
His dad was upset. Yeah. Bad news. Yeah.
My heart stopped beating. I came in, I was like, what happened to him? When I found out, I felt really dizzy, and I felt like I was gonna...
We're really close, and when something happens...
Yeah, we're like family.
Everyone just stay back a bit, please.
Back in the tower, the green whistle has worked its magic on Eli.
Huh? You right?
Yeah, I'm feeling dizzy.
Dislocations require specialist treatment. Little else can be done until paramedics arrive.
First hand goes for the
Yeah. We've got another one coming.
2 ambulances are on their way to Bondi. But when the knock comes on the door, it's another patient.
I was taking this guy.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. You want to come up and sit on the bed?
I cut it at work, across the road, and went for a swim, won't stop bleeding.
Trainees don't normally treat patients unsupervised, but with lifeguards fully occupied, Dunstan is on his own.
I reckon stitches best. It's a flap. I'm telling him to go up to the medical centre, get checked out. I reckon they could stitch it because it goes pretty deep.
We've got a suspected spinal going, got a dislocated shoulder, and guy's got a pretty bad cut on his foot here. So it's kind of all happening right now. So here the boys are right here for you. All right?
Hey mate, I'm Marty, this is Leanne.
Oh, wow. You know we've got a spinal going on too. Yeah.
Back at the suspected spinal injury, the growing problem is the crush of people.
It's just too crowded down here, mate. He's kind of freaking.
Just stand back, everyone.
More lifeguards are needed to assist.
Yeah, go and help the boys if you can, Dunno.
On one of the busiest days of the year, rookie Dunstan gets the call to his first ever spinal incident.
This looks out of control down here.
On one of the busiest days of the year, trainee lifeguard Dunstan is on his way to his first ever spinal treatment. He's given the all-important job of immobilising James's head,
Over his eyes, so if he wants to look up.
preventing any further injury to his spine. At 19, the rookie lifeguard is barely older than his patient.
Everyone just stay back a bit, please.
Keep on the whistle for me.
Meanwhile, things with Eli aren't going to plan.
Eli, open your eyes for me. Eli, open your eyes,
honey.
How you going, mate?
Analgesic gas has numbed the pain.
Eli,
But has Eli had too much?
Eli. Just want to stop filming, mate. Eli, open your eyes.
Open your eyes, honey.
It's the first time Kerbox has had a patient fall unconscious from the effects of the green whistle.
Open your eyes for me.
It's pretty scary. I was just talking to Marty, the paramedic. He said, yeah, if they put their thumb over the thing, they inhale too much, you can just knock them out, which I just saw. So, yeah, it was got a bit scary for a second there.
For the past 40 minutes, every lifeguard on Bondi has been tied up. Brad and Yatesy are busy pulling swimmers from rips at Southend.
Hey, you silly bugger. There you go.
Head lifeguard Hoppo scans the water with Beardy, who's meant to be on his lunch break.
My sandwich will be a few rescues, I think. That's about all I'll have.
Beardy tried to go to lunch about half an hour ago, and unfortunately the poor bugger just still...
Yeah, it's unfortunately when it all happens down here.
Dunstan is still keeping his first spinal case immobilised as they wait for paramedics.
Unfortunately, everyone wants to look, and it can really be daunting to the patient and makes them freak out a little bit. And probably the last thing we want the patient to do is moving around with a suspected spinal injury.
We're at Bondi Central. I just saw a couple of coppers walking along the promenade. You want to just send them down just so we can try and keep this crowd back a little bit?
You could just sort of move the crowd for the ambos, and the boys are having a bit of trouble down there with them. Thanks heaps, guys.
Give him some space.
On the way, all right, buddy?
Thanks, mate.
The paramedic that just treated Eli is called in to assess young James.
Is it sore in your neck? A little bit. What about your arms? Can you squeeze my fingers for me?
Alright, how long?
That's good.
Dano's down here, he kind of come down to lend a hand, which is good, and he's doing a good job. He's got his head and helping the paramedic out. So everything they can learn from them and us is a bonus.
Another car coming down. If we've already got a patient in our car, and we're going to load you up and take you up to the kids' hospital, all right? Huh?
I'll come meet him at the hospital with a few other boys, see how he's going. Hopefully they discharge him, take him out, and everything will be all right.
That was the first proper spinal I've had. It's pretty intense going straight from a guy that's popped his shoulder out, straight into a guy that's had a massive gash on his leg, straight into all the boys wanting help with the spinal. It was pretty intense.
That's exactly what we need him to start getting amongst it. He came down, he jumped, Danny put him straight on the head, and he went off. Perfect. He went down there, boom, shoulder, bang. That's good. Proud of you, mate. You're pretty good.
That was nuts, man. That was good, but.
So, trainee lifeguard Dunstan is up and running.
It's awesome.
Make sure you talk yourself up. He's great in the water. He's constantly monitoring the water all the time. I think he's got what it takes.
Thanks, bro.
How he performs from here on in will define whether or not he becomes a fully fledged lifeguard.
Dunstan's doing pretty good. He's a little bit quiet though, so I think he's still finding his feet. But, he's going to be great.
Bondi is a place where people kick back and escape the stresses of everyday life. But there's always someone who spoils the fun.
What's happened? Your ball or your ball?
We've got a little ball and we threw it and they picked it up. So we went to get it back once they threw it in the water and started chasing us and then hit him in the face.
Okay, this is our ball. The guy threw it out.
You can call the police if you want.
The last thing Daniel and Dean were expecting on Bondi was to be assaulted.
I'm holding it and he goes, give me the ball back, otherwise I'll snap your jaw right in front of everyone. Right here, right now. I go, look, I don't want to start a fight. Here, take the ball. And he gets the ball. Oh, don't ever do that again. Whack, straight across the face.
I'll be calling the police to get the ball and get them. I was going to go down there and cop it again.
Yeah.
Are you worried about getting
Yeah.
Are they still at the beach?
Yeah. And then we saw them around our friends right now. They were looking
Can you point them out to us? Whereabouts are they at?
We'll show you, but then he punched him in the jaw.
If you can point them up here, just show us where you are, whereabouts.
Or just on the other side of this sort of...
In behind here somewhere.
Yeah, behind here, yeah.
What colour board shorts has he got?
Plain white
board shorts. Plain white? How tall is he?
5'5", 5'6".
Still in shock from the assault, Daniel must provide an accurate description. But locating the assailant among tens of thousands of people won't be easy.
Short, stubby, neck muscle, short trim beard, or, either there or there, and I think it's shaved hair.
Yeah. Would you be able to point him out to us if you see him?
Yeah, definitely.
The culprit is described as short and stubby, with a thick neck, thinly trimmed beard,